Media outlets have remained under fire for several days amid a debate over journalism in an age when President Trump regularly attacks media as fake news. On Sunday, the debate raged on as conservatives doubled down on perceived bias in the so-called mainstream media, and the president's son mocked an editor for defending the industry. Several news organizations, including two top cable networks, were recently forced to issue corrections to articles related to the investigation into Russia's election meddling and potential ties between Trump campaign staff members and the Kremlin. Advertisement. Both the president and his son have tried to capitalize on the media's mistakes this weekend in an attempt to discredit journalists. Donald Trump Jr. on Sunday slammed news outlets for not contacting him in their reporting. "If they were really trying to get to the truth, you would think they would reach out to the other side before running with it. They all have my number. They couldn't care less about the truth," Trump Jr. wrote on Twitter. The accusation provides additional fodder for Trump's claim that the media is overhyping the investigation into Russia's election meddling, a concern also raised on Sunday shows. The Federalist's Mally Hemingway, a prominent conservative writer, suggested during a Sunday interview with Fox News Media Buzz that the real scandal could be journalists perpetuating the Russia-Trump collusion narrative. Her remarks follow CNN's Friday correction to a story that originally said Trump Jr. received an email presenting hacked documents with Democratic information from WikiLeaks on September 4, which would have been before WikiLeaks published the hacked documents. The cable news outlet corrected the story, clarifying that Trump Jr. received the email on September 14, after WikiLeaks published the documents. It turned out that it was, like so many other stories that we've gotten on this narrative, a complete nothing burger, Hemingway said of the CNN report. The mistakes have provided ammunition to the president, who has since the 2016 campaign railed against fake news and what he views as biased reporting. Fake news. CNN made a vicious and purposeful mistake yesterday. They were caught red-handed, just like lonely Brian Ross at ABC News, who should be immediately fired for his mistake, Trump said Saturday. Watch to see if that CNN fires those responsible, or was it just gross incompetence? The president was referring to ABC News' own mistake earlier this month in a report that originally said former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn would testify that Trump directed him to contact Russian officials during the campaign. The network later corrected the story, noting Trump told Flynn during the campaign to find ways to repair relations with Russia and other hotspots, and later instructed him to make contact shortly after he won the 2016 election. But the report had already pushed U.S. stocks into a downward spiral, causing Trump to later suggest that individuals who lost money in the stock market over the report should consider suing ABC News. It set a media narrative based on a lie. That's the problem, former Trump campaign aide David Bossie told Media Buzz on Sunday. Bossie argued that the media has an agenda against Trump that fuels inaccurate reporting. They can't help themselves. They hate this president. They will never let him succeed, he said. Bossie also slammed Washington Post reporter David Weigel, who apologized Saturday after tweeting out a photo of an empty arena hosting a Trump rally that was taken hours before the event began. "We have story after story after story of fake news," Bossie said. ABC and CNN both earned criticism from within the industry over their errors, but not everyone in the industry views the mistakes in a negative light. David Frum, an editor for The Atlantic who was formerly a speechwriter to President George W. Bush, argued Sunday that the reporting mistakes are why readers should trust journalists. "The mistakes are precisely the reason the people should trust the media," Frum told CNN's reliable sources. Frum posited that journalism is a process, contending that readers gradually consume news over time to discern the truth. "In the process, there are going to be overshoots and undershoots," Frum said. The mistakes, however, have only fueled Trump with additional material to attack the media. Similar to his line of attack after CNN and ABC made their mistakes, the president on Saturday went after Weigel after he apologized for the misleading photograph. That Dave Weigel of The Washington Post just admitted that his picture was a fake, fraud. showing an almost empty arena last night for my speech in Pensacola when, in fact, he knew the arena was packed, as shown also on TV. Fake news. He should be fired, Trump said.